better believe it. Ladies and gentlemen, I have solved the mystery of the Teal mask and the secret of the hidden treasure of Area Zero. And today, I'm going to reveal it to you. Welcome back to the Barbershop, part 1 of the DLC of the hidden treasure of Area Zero. The Teal mask features a confirmed legendary Ogerpon, and we are one letter away from a very dangerous Google search. Thanks, Game Freak. We see in the reveal trailer for the Teal Mask DLC, Ogerpon and his mask, and we see a peek of what he looks like behind his mask, if he even has a real face at all. The mask is embedded with what appear to be TERA crystals, suggesting that this mask wields some sort of terastallization power. Now we know we're traveling as a foreign exchange student to the land of Kitakami, which is clearly based on Japan and Japanese culture, and we can see that they are undergoing a festival or celebration involving masks, which are very common in Japanese culture. These are most certainly Oni masks, and Oni masks are most common during the bean throwing festival, where people wear the masks in the festival performances at shrines. Parents will even wear them at home to frighten their children while kids throw beans at them to scare the Oni away and invite good luck into the house for the year. If you do a quick Google search, you'll learn much more about this and find that there are actually many mask-wearing festivals and mask symbolism in the Japanese culture, and masks are also commonly sold as souvenirs in Japan, especially these Oni masks, including Pokemon masks. So this image here shown in the reveal trailer is actually very accurate and dang near real life. I'm not Japanese and I've never lived in Japan, but we can clearly see that in some cases these masks are worn to celebrate something of tradition, to ward off certain energies, or to promote change or growth. On that note, taking what we know about terastallization and Riddler Q's leaks about a new gimmick involving new TERA forms coming in the DLC, and what masks represent in the Japanese, or in this case, Kitakami culture, it's pretty safe to assume that the Teal mask, imbued with the power of the TERA shards, will be the key to the new TERA forms of Pokemon we will see in the coming part of the DLC this fall. The Teal mask. Well, if you haven't seen already, the heroes of Kitakami, as referred to on Pokemon.com, Monkey Dory, Okidogi, and Pheasantipity, are clearly in reference to the Japanese folklore tale of Momotaro, a fictional story of a boy that was a blessing from the gods and ultimately sought revenge on demon monsters called Oni, which is where the Oni masks come from, and he partnered with a talking dog, a talking monkey, and a talking pheasant that helped him defeat all of the Oni and even the Oni demon chief, which is definitely an inspiration for Ogerpon. In this shot, we can see Ogerpon wearing a mask while running away, it appears, from the hero trio, suggesting that Ogerpon isn't a dark and evil demon at his core like the Oni chief demon, and that he wants to wear a happy, cheery, smiley mask to change his appearance and give off a different energy or presentation. Now, we don't know exactly all the details of what will happen specifically in the DLC until it drops, but I think Ogerpon's going to end up being a dark and fairy type, and I want to explain why. It'll be a dark type Pokemon underneath the mask while still having good intentions, and thus a fairy type, often known as the light or the good type, as a direct contrast. The Serenity Trio, or the 3 heroes of Kitakami, may also be a fairy type, with a secondary type still unknown. More on them in another video I did a few days ago if you want to check that out. But how Ogerpon came into possession of this mask is still unknown, and what I did not expect was that the power of the TERA crystals inside the mask had the power to be activated to fully or completely change your form. If the rumors about Terapagos are true, and it is the original evolution and terastallization Pokemon, and is where the TERA crystal shards all came from, that we find all over the place in Paldea, that are in this mask, then this mask must be an artifact or a blessing bestowed to the world from Terapagos, or Terapagos' final form. However, it still could be a third legendary yet to be revealed, that hexagon disc Pokemon, but it almost certainly is either Terapagos or some form of Terapagos, or directly related to Terapagos. Another possibility is that Ogerpon created the mask himself after discovering some TERA crystals that he found had the power to change the energy or typing in an effort to show that he is not a bad or evil Pokemon or Oni, though being a dark type. Much like the folktale of Momotaro, we will befriend the dog, the monkey, and the pheasant, before we're able to encounter Ogerpon in the DLC, who will be the final boss of Part 1, the Teal Mask, and then reveal its final form when it terastallizes after defeating it the first time into a TERA Ogerpon, that I'm calling it, for lack of a better term yet to be revealed by Pokemon, after which, upon defeat, we will gain possession of the Teal Mask and we'll be able to use it on a handful of Pokemon, as confirmed by Ku, to unlock these new forms, some of which are almost certainly guaranteed to be the starter Pokemon. But what will these forms look like, and why is the mask teal? And why does it cause the changing to these new forms rather than just regular terastallization into another type? Well, the mask is teal because it is about type change or inversion, which we can already do with regular terastallization thanks to the TERA orb created by Sada and Turo at the bottom of Area 0. Area 0 is also AZ, which is the same name as Kalos region, still could tie into this somehow very easily. Hexagonal, Zygarde. Maybe we'll do another video all about that. And teal is a green color, which is nearly the opposite of red. Teal also falls near the center of the color spectrum, while scarlet and violet are at the polar far opposites. Think infrared or infrascarlet and ultraviolet. So as Koraidon and Miraidon are scarlet and violet colored box legendary mascots, this third legendary and even fourth legendary mascots of the DLC will fall in between and will likely be the fairy type to oppose the dragon types that are Koraidon and Miraidon, with Ogerpon again perhaps being a dark and fairy type, and Terapagos perhaps being a ground and fairy type, which hard counters both the box legendaries. And all four of these legendaries will 100% receive a Teramax form, or an upgraded secondary Big Daddy form, just as almost all of the other legendary Pokemon from previous games have received, and done so in DLCs or in follow-up games. But again, why does it cause the change into a new terrestrial form rather than just regular terastallization? Well, you remember the giant Titan Pokemon from the Path of Legends, obviously, right? Cloth, Bombardier, Orthworm, Great Tusk or Iron Treads, and Dondozo/Tatsugiri. But do you remember where they were located, or rather, what they were guarding? That's right, Herba Mystica, the power-imbued mystical glowing plants found growing out of the ground in the Paldea region. You know what also is everywhere in the ground, under the ground, and sticking out of the ground? TERA crystals and TERA shards. These herbs almost certainly get their power from the TERA crystals, and because of their diets of Herba Mystica, these Pokemon become giant, ultra-powerful Titan forms. But this is of course already known, as it is canon lore as described throughout the game. As summarized on Bulbapedia, quote, 200 years ago, the Area 0 exploration team, led by Heath, discovered the Herba Mystica hidden deep within Area 0 in the Great Crater of Paldea, located in the center of the region. They recorded information on the herbs in the Scarlet Book and Violet Book and gave the Herba Mystica their proper name. They subsequently discovered that the Herba Mystica comes in 5 different flavor varieties with separate healing effects. Due to this discovery, the team attempted to grow the herbs outside of Area 0 in different sites around Paldea. But before they were able to harvest them, they were eaten by Pokemon, leading to the first appearance of Titan Pokemon, and as a result, the project was abandoned. At some point, a paradox Pokemon called Great Tusk or Iron Treads escaped Area 0 and consumed the Herba Mystica in order to become the Quaking Earth Titan. Titan Pokemon are ordinary Pokemon, empowered and grown to gigantic proportion by the Herba Mystica they eat. There are a total of 5 Titan Pokemon. Each Titan Pokemon is fought twice. The first fight is done alone, with the second fight being done together with Arven. After defeating the Titan Pokemon as part of the story, it can be encountered again in the same area it was fought as a normal-sized Pokemon, though this normal-sized Pokemon is the largest size variant of the Pokemon species that you can find. These Pokemon bear the Titan mark, which allows them to be given the title, the former Titan. And these specific Pokemon are guaranteed to have 5 IVs of 30, so near perfect IVs. So again, with this being the case, which Pokemon is made up of nearly entirely TERA crystals that is rumored to be the entire Paldea region? Terapagos. So this teal mask, being designed to change energy, type, and form through the power of TERA crystals, is directly related to the Titan Pokemon that fed off these TERA-powered Herba Mystica. Thus, we can assume this teal type-changing mask will present new forms to select Pokemon, like Mega Evolution or Gigantamax Pokemon, again confirmed by Q, that will be giant, ultra-powerful forms similar to combining Titan Pokemon and Gigantamax Pokemon, which is why I'm, again, referring to them as Teramax Pokemon until we are revealed the undisclosed term by Game Freak or the Pokemon Company. Pokemon that I believe will receive these new Teramax forms are definitely the 3 starter Pokemon, Meowscarada, Skeledirge, and Quaquaval, as well as, obviously, Koraidon and Miraidon, Ogerpon and Terapagos, all 5 Titan Pokemon, Cloth, Bombardier, Orthworm, Great Tusk, and Iron Treads, and Tatsugiri and Dondozo perhaps, maybe Okidori, Monkidori, and Pheasantipede, but maybe not them, and maybe the Dark Ruinous Quartet of Tinglu, Chiyu, Chien Pao, and Wo Chien. Of course, there may be additional Pokemon that Game Freak decides to give these Teramax forms to as well, and I'm sure there will be, you know, in order to better balance out the game and allow for more diverse team building options. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. If you made it all the way this far to the end, I really appreciate you. Please consider dropping a like and subscribing. It really helps me out a ton, and I love making premium Pokemon content for you guys. Drop a comment. Let's talk about this in the comments section. That's all for right now, you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. God bless.